start off rocking that K-bar. So let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
We're kicking it off right here. And breakout hardpoint, man, this has got to be, personally, my favorite map and game type combination. Flechette grenades going out. Looks like Supreme is going to be the team to take first hill control.
And, you know, we hopped on board with HUD. We already see him get the first kill of the match. He might get shot here from behind, though, running right past the member of Supreme without even knowing it. Looked like that was Boston.
And that's just some more of that Call of Duty timing in action. But let's see who we want to hop on board with here. I think Relay is going to be in top laundry, rocking that K-bar, putting down some shots. He's definitely going to look to push this middle area as no one on his team is on hill yet. But overall, just some trades back and forth. Jimmy with a nice two-piece.
Yeah, you know, they always say the first hill is always extremely well contested. It's always a back and forth battle, very gritty. We're not seeing a lot of points so far on the board. eNsKy is taking a small lead right now. But you look, nobody's even on the hard point right now. I think they're already rotating to the next one. And Supreme did a nice job there, just grabbing the last couple seconds on that. But they really like to focus here on this on the cell block hard point. This is a huge one if you could really push spawns back on the enemy team.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually having Snivy be a really aggressive kind of player here. He's using the NV4, which is strange. You don't really see that kind of combo with this play style, but he's pushed up all the way in the wall run here. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with this fully, because take a look. Avino pushing the flank hard for his team, and he's actually going to secure a pretty good spawn for eNsKy. If you take a look at Zoomix and now Boston on the map, they're actually spawning out by P3. We'll take a quick look, but look where Boston was spawning out to. This isn't exactly what you want to see. And now Snivy out here over by the wall run, and eNsKy had a clean break there, and they did what we always say to do, wrap around P3 and take that back area to dominate that spawn. So eNsKy definitely getting some points here, and they'll leave HUD on the hill with a nice two-piece.
Yeah, and you know, spawn points are so important on this map with hardpoint, and I do think Supreme had an opportunity to really control the spawns of eNsKy there, and I think they kind of blew it. You know, with Snivy being as aggressive as he was, but it looks like they're going to be in a nice position to pick up this cave hardpoint right here.
I gotta agree with you there. Relays for Supreme is going to be on hill, a new player for them. Let's see if he's going to be a good addition. I mean, 2 and 4, 30 seconds on hill. He does have the most hill time for his team. I guess they're going to have him playing that OBJ role. But he was set up nice and early on this hill here, behind this bulldozer, and it looks like Supreme is going to come away with a nice start to this hill.
Yeah, Supreme really did have a nice start there. eNsKy, though, doing a great job at breaking it as a team. And they are in a nice position right here. Nice power position in this cave. Avino should be able to get at least 1 or 2 more picks.
Yeah, he's going to clean up a couple of the Supreme players there, making an advance. I think he's on a 3 streak. No, a 6 streak right now. Wow. 3 that we actually saw. And I think we will see eNsKy, with 13 seconds left in this hill, begin their rotation. Take a look, however, Snivy for Supreme is going to be the first one hitting this wall run and getting inside of this next hill, and he will clean up an easy kill on HUD there.
You know, for as aggressive as Snivy's playing, I don't know if I like him using the NV4. We have seen him get some nice kills with it, but I would love to see an E-Rad or K-Bar in his hands, because I think he's really getting close to the enemy team, and when you get that close and you're moving so quickly, that's not the gun you want to use, really.
Yeah, agree with you there. That's, you know, I said it's kind of strange to see him with an NV4. That's that long-range gun. And the way he's playing, he's being so aggressive. You know, it might not make the most sense, but hey, maybe he's feeling it. Maybe they know something that we don't know. So we'll see. I mean, you know, with 6 and 8, he's doing about average for the lobby right now, so it hasn't paid off yet. But then again, we are really early into the game. So eNsKy taking some hill time here. 4 down actually in favor of eNsKy right now if you take a look at the kill feed, and they're going to dominate this hill, making sure someone stepped on there as Unmeltables goes back to it. And take a look at Supreme's positioning on the map. They're in the middle. They're being smart, not pushing that wall run. If we take a look at Boston right now, he's going to come and hit these stairs with only 1 player from eNsKy on hill. He really needs to just flood. I think what we need to see Supreme doing as a team is being more aggressive. You know, flood in, get some hill time. 3 down once again for eNsKy. So eNsKy looking dominant in the kill department here. And I think it's because Supreme is kind of just playing a little bit, you know, I don't want to say scared, because it's not scared, but hesitant, I think is the right word.
Yeah, they're definitely not as aggressive, besides Snivy, as, you know, we're used to seeing. One thing to note, though, Avino, I believe, was on an 11 kill streak right there, so he's really limiting what Supreme can do. He's 18 and 6 right now, having himself a game.
Look at that 2-piece from Jibby, really nice. Good map awareness, knowing where the players are. So yeah, you have a couple of players from eNsKy really putting up a high amount of kills.
Yeah, and, you know, Jibby was one of the, you know, late season signings here for eNsKy, and I think it was a great move after he was released by Hypnotic. He really has done great things for this team.
For sure. He's definitely, I think bringing a sense of explosion to this team, kind of helping them out a little bit. And, with someone like Avino putting up 19 kills at his side, you really have a nice composition here. HUD, the substitute for tonight, also doing a great job. Unmeltables with only 4 kills. But, I mean, hey, about halfway through this game, can't count him out yet. And as eNsKy actually pulls away by a good margin here, about 100 points in the lead.
Yeah, and you talk about Unmeltables only having 4 kills. He's got about a minute and a half on hill. He's doing a really nice job being a good OBJ player for his team, as he picks up a nice kill there. But, I don't think he really needs to be dropping a huge amount of kills when his teammates are doing a really nice job with kills. We saw a little salute there from, I believe, Jibby. So some disrespect.
Jibby gets this kill. Oh, man.
Oh,
calling him out. Nice job from Jibby there. He's got streaks on streaks here.
You got to be feeling good right now if you are eNsKy.
Wow. Yeah.
They're having a nice performance. Jibby popping the overdrive. Questionable move. He might want to get a nice setup, though, for the next hard point, which I do understand. And,
yeah, I think that's exactly what he was doing there, trying to get back here in this kind of loading dock area, securing a nice spawn for his team as he calls in those streaks. So this could be a key to breaking this hill, and then eventually, setting up your spawn for the future. If you take a look at Supreme's positioning on the map, someone like Relays right now, spawning in the back section here over by P3, Zoomix as well. This is not exactly where they want to be. In the earlier half of this hard point right now, it's okay, but as it moves forward, they're going to want to get back cave and back security to really secure their spawn points for the next hill, because you always want to be thinking about your next hill, especially on a map like this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, the one thing I'm having a problem with seeing is someone like Boston, who I feel like, we touched on earlier. He's been really one of the better players for Supreme all season. He's only 9 and 17, and he doesn't have much hill time himself either. Zoomix, it's always nice to see him play. He doesn't have any time on hill, which, there's at some point when you're down as much as you are, you got to think, I got to at least jump on hill for a little bit. That's just unacceptable at this point.
Yeah, you always got to be aggressive and always make sure that you're contesting. It looks like eNsKy really pulled away with a dominant performance here. They're just getting tons of time on hill, doing a good job of being aggressive and working as a team. Do, however, note that Supreme is pushing the back security area. You have Snivy making an investment on Avino, but Avino actually putting him down with 28 kills and 9 deaths. Avino is having himself a fantastic game. And he's got streaks on streaks at the moment. So let's hop on board with actually Jibby right now. He's going to be the only player for eNsKy on the hill. And with 6 seconds left, this is huge. If he can get these kills, secure a little bit of his time. Looks like he got a little knife happy there. They still have a chance to win off this hill.
Yeah, that was a little much, I feel like, for Jibby having to deal with. He was the only player around as Unmeltables taking out Zoomix and his teammate. That was a very fast first map, I feel like. That was very chaotic. We saw a lot of trade-offs. We saw some really nice killing by Avino and Jibby. They did a great job that map. Let's also point out, when it comes to time on hill, look at the difference between the teams. Zoomix had no time on hill. Snivy had 8 seconds. Boston had 22. You look, 3 players with over a minute on eNsKy, and Jibby dropping 21 and 9 with 49 seconds. Great game from him as well. So, something that we see, and Hypnotic does it well, where every player always has a decent amount of time on hill. eNsKy did a great job doing it tonight. The substitute, Unmeltables, 9 and 14. I feel like he did have a worse KD at one point. He was like 4 and 9 or 4 and 10. He really did a decent job coming back. With over 2 minutes on hill, that's a great job for him as well.
Yeah, you definitely can clearly see a little bit of a distinction of roles there with the 2 minutes on hill, the less kills, but overall, it's not like you have your Slayers and then your OBJ. Everyone did their part, and everyone was able to get some time on hill, get some kills for a good team win there from eNsKy. So big plays coming out of eNsKy. I mean, I think on the standings right now, if we take a quick look, they're 1 and 3. Supreme is 2 and 2. So this could be a big match and actually level them in terms of win-loss. If eNsKy can take this momentum now from the first map and swing it into the next couple and try to win the series, I mean, this is going to be big for them. And another thing that they're going to look to do is hold Supreme to a minimum of maps. So not only is eNsKy looking to win, they want to win 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing that's so crazy, like originally the first start of the season, it was all about, we got to win, we got to win, we got to win, and, to make it into playoffs. But now the nice thing is we're playing for seeding, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
So eNsKy is not insured to make the playoffs, by the way. If Replay Youth has a good game tonight and next week, if eNsKy loses and Replay Youth picks up a win, they'll have the same amount of wins. So it'll really come down to next week. But if eNsKy does get a win here, it's all about seeding. And let's just point out, Premium just followed. Nice to see that. Player,
take a look. Premium and Lady of Death followed during that match.
I'll take a look at the chat right now. We do see Danny saying, "Let's go, JB." I can only assume that's Danny Slays showing up to support. And
a lot of love in the chat.
Yeah, we're seeing some.
Umbreon Gone Wild said 250 to 235 in Sky. So Umbreon was right, and Sky did take the win. But
yeah.
Oh man, I mean 250 to 235. It was more like 250 to 35 in that case.
Yeah, I mean it was not the best game we've seen from Supreme.
But at the same time, I mean we have seen Supreme take some pretty decisive victories. You know, so you can't count them out. That maybe it was just like, hey, we were a little out of it. We need to focus up. Everything can change. It's only map 1 out of the best of 5 series. So Supreme, definitely a strong team that personally I'm not going to count out. I think they can definitely take it back.
Yeah, I think that we've seen these group of players play much, much better than they have all season. And I mean much, much better than they did tonight, excuse me. And
right.
I feel like if they get back to that early season form that we saw them at, I feel like they shouldn't have a problem taking a couple maps here. So I'm curious to see what Supreme team we see in the Search and Destroy map on Scorch. We are going to eNsKy's host, though, so that was Supreme's host.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it's
going
to be very interesting to see.
That's a difference maker for sure. I mean, Supreme, actually any team really, when you have hosts on a hard point, you think, you feel pretty confident, right?
Yeah.
And Sky was able to take that off of them. Now, I will say this, though. Supreme is a pretty strong Search and Destroy team from what I've experienced, what I've witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Supreme actually took a map off of, I'm not sure if it was Hypnotic or who the team was, but I think they took a Search and Destroy off of them on Crusher.
Okay.
I think we saw some strong Crusher Search and Destroy performances from Supreme. So, looking forward to that. And I think that if Supreme, has played like that in the past, they must feel confident going to this Search. Of course, it's on Scorch, so that might be a little bit different from what we've seen from them. But hey, if you're good on Search, you're good on Search. I find.
Yeah, and I'm just taking a quick look at the stats right now. Avino coming into tonight only had a 1.04 KD, much higher KD that game that we just saw. I don't remember exactly what it was. He might have been 30 and 10 or around there. Really nice game from him. Nice to see that. I feel like we haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if maybe they had subs for him here and there. He hasn't played a full season, but really nice job from him. What do we got going on in the chat? We have Young Gingy talking. Nice to see him. He should be playing later tonight at 9 Eastern. The captain of Replay Youth.
And
Danny, that is Danny Slays.
Take a quick peek. Let's thank Unmeltables and Razorback209 for following. Much appreciated, guys.
It looks like Umbreon was hoping for something a little closer. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some closer here on S&D, though.
Yeah, I agree. We are waiting on just, I believe, one player in the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're waiting on 2 players now. They're probably trying to figure out a host situation. But in the meantime, let's see. Do you want to take a quick look at some? Want to take a quick look at some other stuff here? Let's see what I have.
Whatever you got.
I think I've got some good stuff. Let me see. Actually, no. Rather, instead of taking a look at stuff, let's remind them to check the panels. And don't forget that if you guys are interested in contributing in any way to the league for the small price of just $5 per month, down in the panels below, you can click subscribe, go to that website, right? It'll take you there. $5 a month, you can become an official subscriber to Breakout League. Now, what does that get you, right? A Discord role that allows you access to the special swag cave. It's the only room that, only subscribers are allowed in, right?
So Chroma, you're not allowed in unless you pay.
So
Chroma wanted to come in before.
But here's the thing. You get that. We will follow you on any social media platforms you want, right? Early access to all of our videos that we release on the YouTube channel, namely the Behind the Breakout series, right? In addition to that, there will be subscriber-only events coming up in Season 2 that you guys do not want to miss. I'm not going to say too much now, but some of them might involve tattoos.
Oh, God, yeah.
In interesting places.
Yeah.
And subscriber-only events. That's all I'm going to say for now, but if you guys are interested, go and check out the link down below in the panels. You'll see it's a nice square, and it'll say subscribers, or rather subscribe. Give that a click, and you'll be all set to go. Get subscriber perks, it actually says. So go and check that out. And by the way, 100% of the money that we receive from your subscription goes into the prize pool for Season 2. Don't forget that, all right? So it's not going to us, it's going to the league, it's going to the players, because that's really what Breakout is. It's all about the amateur teams who want to get better and break out onto the competitive scene. So don't forget that, guys. So please do check that out.
Avino, thank you for the follow. I think after having a great game like that, he's feeling himself right now. He's like, all right.
He's like, you know what? I will follow them. I will follow them. Yeah.
See a lot of talk in the chat right now. We see Original showing some love to Jibby. Jibby, I think Jibby can drop 10 in this S&D.
Yeah? Hey, look, we got all the players. All right.
Oh.
You start to get a feel for, like, you just see it and you're like, yep, that's all of them. Because, like, how big it is, I don't know.
I see Meaningful. Was that Meaningful saying some stuff? He should be up after this, correct?
Yeah, Meaningful Scene is playing after this series.
Yep. Meaningful, the captain of Inhuman, playing Replay Youth up next.
Do not sleep on Inhuman, man.
Nah, and we got to give Meaningful a lot of credit after what appeared to have 3 of his players, I think, maybe left the team or they had some sort of falling out. He had ability on his team. I think Meaningful and Ability were a top 1-2 punch in the league. They were both having amazing seasons. Some sort of, fallout possibly. And now he's got three new players.
Yeah, I believe he's got One Shot.
One Shot. We've seen One Shot say a few things to us, I think, in the DMs on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Nice guy. Nice. Happy to have him in the league.
I don't know if we're rolling with Obscure tonight. I could give it a quick check.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, it's nice to see at least, he's got a new team. They all seem like good guys.
Yeah.
I'm really happy now with, the teams that we have in the league. I'm happy with all the guys we have playing tonight. They're all good guys. Nice talking to them on the Discord. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's just one thing that Ryan and I both mutually agree on and want to say to you guys more is that we really, really appreciate all the support that we've been given, all the players in this community that we're building right now, and it's turning into something that we really didn't expect. It's actually way better than I initially thought it could be. So we really appreciate that, guys. Jibby, thanks for following again on a second account.
I thought that was Jibby's original account.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks for that. And guys, let's not dilly-dally around. Let's get into it. It's a Scorch, Search, and Destroy.
All right. Let's do it. Chroma, pay $5 to get into this. $5. Actually, you could
send us $5.
$5 or $5. Either or. I really would take both. And you could get into the swag cave. I mean, Vexic knows how much I like ducks, but still.
Hey, who are we hopping on board with?
I think we should show some love to Boston.
Boston.
My man. Talked to Boston a couple times on Discord. Seems like a nice guy. Let's see what he can do with that MV4.
Oh, yeah. Seeing Boston with an MV4 is a scary, scary thing, man. You do not want to be on the other end of that. We've seen him do some absolutely disgusting things to opponent teams. A nice shot attempt there. HUD coming up behind. I like that play a lot. I like how eNsKy was able to separate themselves, kind of do a little bait and switch movement right there. So HUD with a nice kill.
Yeah, that was really nice to see. And I mean, the thing was, Boston had the call out. He definitely saw him before, but you got to think first off, that was a very quick round right there by eNsKy. But I feel like Boston probably should have, moved after being called out. HUD was playing extremely aggressive Call of Duty right there, and the entire team was just, I don't even know if any of them died. They were moving so quickly, and they were moving with a purpose. And I think, we're going to see them playing like that all game.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we'll stay on board with HUD, actually. He's got 2 kills for himself. It looks like he's deciding to go with the longbow Oni combo here, something that we see Formal using a lot, actually, in the professional scene. So let's see if the longbow is going to pay off there. A nice headshot on Boston from HUD. Beautiful for that first blood.
Oh,
Make
give
it
him 2.
HUD is on fire here. It looks like he actually didn't see Snivy there. Snivy, the last one on site with the bomb, gets cleaned up rather quickly there. But HUD, an explosive start to that round with Sniper.
I think that's one for the highlight reel, if you ask me. After that nice shot that he hit, and then being able to slide in right there and picking off one more. If he got that third one, I think that would have been...
That would have been it.
That would have been it. But still, that nice little 2-piece, I think, is definitely one for the highlight reel. So that was nice to see. I love seeing that sniper. I love seeing people use snipers because I suck with them in this game. Any other game, I like to use them. But I think with this much movement, it's so hard to use snipers sometimes. It's nice to see it. Oof, shit's coming out.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there from eNsKy, so they kind of got mixed up. But just like that, we're in a 2v1 situation. HUD is going to be the last alive for eNsKy. And wow, just trade after trade going down in the middle of the map.
I don't like how the members of Supreme split up like that. Now it's a 1v1, and HUD might get a nice two-piece, but he does not.
Dang. Couple of missed shots there. I think, you know, the flinch was a factor there. HUD did know where he was. That was good prediction work there from him. But Boston, nice, strong MV4 shot there. Stays on target and cleans it up. Definitely feels good for Supreme because, you know, they got themselves on the board.
Yeah, definitely. I don't, you know, personally, I do not like, especially in a 2v1 after playing a lot of doubles with you. You know, we know from sending two separate players in different directions, that could, you know, cost you the match. You need to be able to get the pickup for your teammate. So that's why I didn't like that, but, you know, it did turn out to work for them. So now we have a lot of contention here on the right side of the map, this right here on the drill. HUD with another sniper kill. Ooh,
Yeah, like
almost picks up another one.
Good for him. He's going to take out HUD, actually. It looks like Jibby is going to be one of the last players left alive for eNsKy in this 2v2. He's got his NV4. I think Unmeltables is going to be pushing the flank as two players from Supreme are on B site now. Instead of going for their plant, they're going to go for picks here. Let's take a look at...
Ooh,
yeah, okay, Boston actually did get taken out by Unmeltables. Unmeltables now advancing up to the site. He sees Snivy with the bomb.
Ooh, this is a nice shot by Unmeltables.
He's able to keep his shots on. Wow, yeah, that was...
Unmeltables, who didn't have any kills coming into this round, picks up 2 for himself, doing a nice job with that flank. And then I was worried right here for Unmeltables. This is a tough one. But he didn't miss a shot, I don't think. That was a great job. Every single shot was right on point there.
Yeah, you gotta be shaking your head if you're Snivy right now after a kill like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I'm really hoping to see Supreme make a nice little comeback here. Zumix not having himself a nice series so far. Really hoping he could pick up his level of play because he's had some great games this season. So if he could do something here to really, you know, come up big for his team, this HUD gets taken out real fast.
Let's take a look at Boston here. He's got the NV4 in mid-map. It's a 3v3 situation, an early trade going down. Looks like, again, eNsKy is going to go for the B plan and try to work their way up as 3 players from Supreme are all crowded into this room right here at the observation deck. So Avino advances up into the room, takes out Snivy and Boston. Oh, I wish I was spectating him.
No reason for that. If you are Supreme, you should not be getting 3 double killed like that. You know, not the best play, but you know, it's still 3-round lead. I think it's very much doable. We have seen, you know, bigger comebacks happen before.
Yeah.
I think if you're Supreme, you have to sit down and you just have to think, all right, we gotta, you know, regroup, take this round by round. You know, maybe try to get a pick first, just chill. But we'll see how they play. You know, HUD's been lethal with that sniper, so you gotta also, you know, not get into his line of sights with that. So we'll see what happens.
HUD, I just want to mention, actually, I don't think he got a kill that last round. Maybe the last 2 rounds. He's been sitting at 7 kills for a while. I mean, still, that's impressive in its own right. And wow, as a couple of players from Supreme try to advance through the mid, they get shut down promptly by Jibby and HUD. So Boston now one of the last alive in the middle of the map. And that's going to be actually a max for eNsKy as they take out all 4 players from Supreme without dropping a single one of their own.
That was amazing, if you ask me.
Fast.
I feel like, all right, so we've seen eNsKy from the start of the season when they were Fatal Blue, I think, to now. And I think we're watching a completely different team.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Besides the roster changes and, you know, the way they play, they're playing with a confidence. They're playing with a swagger right now, and I love to see that. It really can make the difference for a team. HUD, again, with another sniper kill. This is absolutely insane. He's not in the best spot, though. If he can maybe just pick up one here. It's a 2v1. They do have the numbers here on Boston.
Yeah, Avino, I just want to point out that Avino got himself yet another 2-piece. So now, you know, they are leaving that Boston as the last alive on Supreme. He was able to take out Unmeltables there, leaving it in a 1v1 situation. You have HUD, someone who's been playing extremely strong in the past 6 rounds with 9 kills for himself. But Boston, someone who you can never really count out. I mean, he's rocking that NV4, has a great shot with it, still has his flechette grenade, and 4 kills of his own. He's on a 2 streak right now. If he can keep this momentum going, he should be able to close off this 1v1 against HUD.
One thing you have to worry about, though, is HUD does have his sniper and a K-bar now that he picked up. So he's lethal from close range and long range. So you're in a rough spot if you're Boston, because you'd prefer to keep it at range with that NV4, but you also don't want to get sniped. So this is, you know, crazy. They're on opposite sides of the map right now, though. I think HUD did a nice job there of juking out Boston. So we'll see what happens here, because it looks like he might post up with that sniper. We'll see what happens.
I think what HUD was thinking was to cross. Maybe if he was being watched from mid-map, you know, Boston would say, oh, he's going to go plant A, and then he'd juke back around. I don't actually think Boston saw him, but regardless, it worked. And now HUD is planted in the back corner here with the sniper. It looks like Boston should be able to clean up the kill nicely. And that'll give Supreme their second round win. But still, you're going to have to win the next 4 if you want to pull this back. Can they do it is the question.
And, you know, I think that was very well played by Boston. I think he played at his own pace. You know, he really took his time. And he didn't let HUD determine the way that round went. You know, he had the NB4. He wanted to keep his range. And he did for the most part. But he figured, you know, he was going to be in a spawn. He went over there. He got the pick. And then he got the defuse. That's what we like to see. I think it was originally, too, a 1v2. And he was able to get the 1v2 clutch. That was nice. Seeing another B push, though, by both of these teams. B-heavy game so far.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to definitely comment on. I mean, you just see them go B every single time.
Nice
active camo. Popped by Avino there. We need to stay on board with Avino because Avino's explosive.
He just died, Chris.
That's the second time in a row that Avino's gotten a 2-piece, and we were not spectating him. And then when we went, he actually died. So Zumix is now left in a 1v2 situation. I mean, this is going to be the only chance for Supreme if they want to come back here. But Avino, I got to apologize to you, man, for not spectating you there. You had an explosive game with a bunch of 2-pieces.
Come on, man.
So that's on me right there. I should have been spectating you.
You know, and it's funny because so many times so far in this game, we saw, I think, 4 or 5 people die within a span of like 3 seconds. So we'll see what happens here in this 1v2. Last time Boston was able to get a 1v2 clutch. Now let's see if Zumix can. Only having 1 kill so far.
Ooh.
Now giving away his position. That's not the best move. You might have to think. He'll just need to grab that bomb and maybe put down a plant.
Yeah, but with only like 20 seconds left, you know, eNsKy knows exactly what's going on here. They're guaranteed to check bomb, I think. And they do. Yeah, that's going to be a quick cleanup for eNsKy right there. 6-2. They take the search and destroy over Supreme. Supreme had a couple of nice plays, but overall just was not able to pull it together. So Jibby cleaning up the last kill on Zumix there to finish out this map. eNsKy lead the series 2-0, and we're going to put on some EX.
What is happening with this eNsKy team right now? Jeez.
I think they've improved greatly, for sure. I totally agree with you on that.
Avino dropping himself 9 kills. HUD getting 9. And Jibby and Unmeltables both going 6 and 3. That's, you know, great work by them. And it's, you take a look, Snivy had 7 kills. He did really well. Boston had that nice 1v2 clutch. Really did a nice job for his team. Let's just see if Relays and Zumix could step up here for the uplink. And then, you know, it's going to be an uphill battle. So when you lose 2 maps like that, you know, you really put yourself in a rough position. Very, you know, it's doable. We saw it happen.
Of course, yeah.
To, I believe, Replay Youth last week. They were able to get 2 round wins, but then they ended up losing the series. So we have seen it happen.
I think that was actually, wasn't that Supreme who got the reverse sweep?
That may have been, actually, yeah. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But, like, we have seen it happen, so it's not undoable. So we'll see. Jibby saying the new roster. I definitely think the new roster. I think if Avino shows up every week, you know, he hasn't played a full season, but if we have him here, dropping kills like he is tonight, you know, so far he dropped 30 first map, 9 that map. Great job. You know, HUD. If I believe HUD was a sub for tonight too, so
HUD was a sub. Yeah, he has experience in the league. I think he did play another match.
He played, I believe, with Hypnotic at the time, Ruse. So if they want him to come back, we'll see what happens. Zumix team that can keep a steady roster.
Yeah, hey, I agree with Zumix there. I think teams that can keep a steady roster definitely have some advantages.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think the key thing for teams right now or team captains is to find that balance between, yes, making sure that the players on your roster are who you want, but also once you do find them, stick with them and really practice. And I think team hopping is something that we see a lot in this community. And I think in the long run, it's not going to really pay off. You know, you need to build chemistry and develop strategies and stuff. At the same time, it's not to say that changing up team members is the worst thing in the world. I think it can definitely be a good thing at times. So yeah,
I mean, I'm just taking a look right here at Supreme's team as we have Zumix chatting right there. Snivy, 1.29 KD. He's definitely in the top 10 KD wise. Having a slow night so far.
Right.
You know, he really showed signs of excellence this season. Not having his best night. Boston, like we said earlier, 1.11 KD with good time on hill for his team. I don't believe they have a steady fourth is the problem.
Who's
with
the Supreme?
Supreme.
Yep.
We saw Gandhi earlier in the season, but he had a 0.4 KD. Especially here when you're playing against some of the, really, really good teams, that will not do. We saw Blight, I believe, for a couple matches, but, he had a 0.8. Not the worst, but still, you want around a 1 KD, for your team. So, I'm curious to see maybe if they could find a reliable fourth. That could be the difference maker for them. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's always a big aspect, having that reliable fourth. And I think it's one of the harder things, I think, if you have a team, is to find that reliable fourth player.
Oh, for sure.
I think a lot of teams struggle with that, for sure.
Yeah. And, you take a look at the new eNsKy team. Danny, who is out tonight, normally, doing good things for his team. Jibby, as we mentioned, he was a late season pickup. He is really looking to be a diamond in the rough for this team. He spent the majority of the season with Hypnotic. He was, their steady player for them, but scheduling issues and things like that, led him to join eNsKy. And I think, just watching, not knowing, the players personally, and knowing Jibby, his personality, I think this is a good fit. We don't know about their communication. We haven't heard, their in-game calls and whatnot.
Right.
But just from watching, they seem to be a perfect fit. Avino, like I said, having a good night tonight. Maybe if HUD, they have him come back. Maybe if they need another sub sometime, he comes back. Maybe he becomes a permanent member of the team. We don't know. He's doing a nice job. And Unmeltable's another, I believe this is the first time we saw him. And he's not doing bad for himself. He's doing a pretty good job as a little OBJ, which is normally Danny's role, if I remember correctly. So he's doing a nice job subbing in for Danny.
You know who else is doing a nice job? The official DJ and producer of Breakout League, EX. Why don't you guys check him out? I'm going to pop the link in the chat right now by typing in !EHAX. Boom. I want you guys to follow that link and follow him on SoundCloud. Make an account, click the little button, like all of his songs, download his songs, put them on your iPod, play it to your mom, play it to your dad. Some of the players have actually showed it to their parents. EX, man. Very talented guy, 16 years old, and all the music that you hear on our stream and in our YouTube videos is made by him. So give him a check, give him a follow, give him a high five, send him lots of money, do whatever you got to do, but EX is the man, so check him out.
And, HUD, I saw him write something in there. While you take care of this, I'll be interacting with some of you guys.
Got you.
HUD's saying he's looking like a young formal. He was not missing with the sniper. He wasn't. He really wasn't. Yeah. I think, something we talked about, and I think we'll definitely do, maybe not for Season 1, is maybe like a weekly top plays. Maybe after the season's over, we'll have to sit down and chat. Maybe we'll do like some of the best plays of the season. I think, at least one or two of those snipes could definitely find their way in there. Avino, I think, was saying that they're going to be picking up HUD, which I think might be a perfect fit. We'll see. But,
yeah, hey.
Who do you want to jump on board with, though?
That's that's a good question.
Here.
So it's a throwback uplink. Let's go with, I think, Avino. I think, we did him dirty before. He had a lot of awesome kills that we forgot to look at, or not forgot, but we just, for whatever reason, we weren't spectating him. I think we should give him a chance now to see what he's got. And, Craigs, I see you in the chat. Can the second match start early? We're going to try to start it up as soon as this one is finished, with maybe like a 5-10 minute break in between.
Yeah, this match is actually moving a lot faster than we thought it would. We did initially have to push it back half an hour, but, they are playing, these matches are going by very quickly, so we'll have to see as
And actually, before you say anything else, I just want to comment here. Check out Unmeltables with the ball. He's got a pretty much open shot for at least a one-pointer right here. A couple of quick kills came down from Avino and Jibby God to secure that ball movement by Unmeltables. So an awesome start by eNsKy that we kind of almost missed there as we were talking about some other stuff.
I mean, Avino's on a 4-kill streak. We do have to point at least some of these things out, while we're trying to interact with you guys. The game does kind of have to come first here. Avino on a 5 streak. Make it 6. This guy is on fire right now.
He must have heard us because, he's really going off right now and feeling himself right here. I mean, great job by Avino. yet to die in this map. And wow, I mean, I feel better now that we're spectating him now. You know, we forgot to do so before.
He started himself off with a 7-kill streak. Great work. Unmeltable's still the only player in the lobby without a kill, but he does have the only uplink. So we'll see what happens here. Boston running it right now. You got to feel confident with the ball in Boston's hands. Nice move to get rid of it. Maybe get a pick.
Yeah, I mean, guys, just take a, like, at one moment there, I guess it's kind of over now, but at one moment there were so many blue arrows on the mini-map all right next to each other, and Sky was just looking like a force to be reckoned with, like a wall kind of cut down the side of the map. So I think they're just moving as a unit, and to kind of tack onto what you were saying before, just really gelling together. HUD with an amazing 2-piece right there. Looks like he will try to go for the dunk, and he executes, giving his team the 3-point lead over Supreme right now.
And, you know, that was a nice job by Unmeltables, excuse me, sliding in, being able to protect HUD with the ball. Ooh, almost getting a throw-off there, just far right. But, you know, HUD, we're seeing great play from him tonight. Really great play as Relays resets the uplink.
Yeah, quality reset by Relays there. That's a tongue twister, reset by Relays, but that's a good play, sacrificing the life to reset that ball and getting it out of his spawn, because Supreme is definitely 100% still in this game, only 3 points down. They just need to mount an offensive here and really dominate, because right now, eNsKy looks like they're really just kind of dominating the kill column. So I think it's up to Supreme right now to flip that around.
Yeah, you know, they are, I feel like, dropping a lot of kills. Boston looks like he's trying to have a nice little comeback for his team as he gets picked off right there. You know, it's just rough, because I feel like as soon as we see Supreme start to, you know, get a little edge, as we should have 3 members down for eNsKy, you know, you just see blue in the kill feed come right back, and they're picking up some of the members of Supreme. So they're trading off back and forth. It's really rough.
One thing to note right here is that Unmeltables has pushed all the way through to the opponent's uplink, so he will be sitting back here. And I think, you know, if you're in the lead, you can afford this. You know, you can just wait for that toss to come in. Looks like he is going to catch it and go for the dunk off of the bounce. So I think that was an awesome play there by Unmeltables. Only 5 kills, but he's got himself 3 points. And the communication, you can tell, is really nice between eNsKy right now. They're communicating well, and just the way they're playing, we don't even have to hear them. You know, to execute that throw, you know, Unmeltables was able to sneak into the opponent's base. Everything just went well for them. So great plays by eNsKy, and they're just looking really strong right now.
Nice throw there. It looked like...
Yeah, I guess it went out of the map.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was thinking. I wasn't 100% sure there.
Yeah.
But, you know, just to touch on that Unmeltables play, it was almost like effortless to watch him jump almost into the bounce and get that two-piece. I don't really think, you know, we gave him enough credit for that. But we'll see what happens here. The Scarab does get popped, and he does pick up a kill with it. So, you know, we do have the numbers as Snivy just gets picked up.
Unmeltables absolutely laying into Snivy's body right now, emptying clips back to back. So, wow, Unmeltables fired up, feeling good about his 3 uplinks that he's got, and eNsKy looking unstoppable right now. I mean, wow. The only player on Supreme right now, you have Snivy, who's got 14, make that 15 kills, but I mean, I think Supreme really needs to turn this momentum around. You know, we're only at the halfway point now with 30 seconds left in the first half. Supreme is still in this. They need to change the momentum and get themselves on the board.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's not just enough to have Snivy slay out. You know, Snivy, we mentioned he's really the top slayer for this team. He had, I believe, like a 1.3, 1.29 KD coming into tonight's matches. He is slaying out.
Vino
as a Vino, putting on a show like we've seen him do so far all night. But you need somebody else to step up if you are Supreme. You can't put all the weight onto Snivy's shoulders. Avino, this man is on fire on a 5 streak. We've seen Avino play.
Maybe a triple.
We've seen him play so far this season. We have not seen him play this well, though.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I agree, yeah. Yeah, he's doing a great job right now. I mean, let's take a quick look at the kills. Avino with 22 kills.
We have not seen him play this well this season. You know, it's surprising to me. But, you know, this is the night we're going to have to remember now that Avino is not somebody to mess with. That he could be a top slayer in this league. We'll have to see what his KD is going to be looking like after this match, because it is going to go up a ton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a huge help to his stats right now. I think a huge help to his team's kind of outlook on the way they're playing games eNsKy is, like we've been saying over and over, a force to be reckoned with right now. I think most improved team, or one of the most improved teams since the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Top on board with HUD right now as he pushes through this bend right here, takes out Zoomix, and now opens up a pathway for his ball runner Jibby. to score. Uses the FTL jump to no avail, though. Jibby with the ball. He's going to go for that one-pointer toss. And eNsKy is now 6 points ahead of Supreme. Supreme remains scoreless.
You know, I don't know what it is, but Supreme, it's just they're not looking like themselves tonight. We've seen them play, you know, have some amazing games. I don't know if their communication is just off a little bit. They don't seem like they're pushing as a team at some points with the ball, which, you know, we're seeing a lot of from eNsKy. If you want to touch on something, as we do see though, Untouchables is on a 6 streak. Ooh.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, we saw... Well, one of the things I was going to say is we saw Supreme, right? They mounted their first real offensive on the uplink. And the fact of the matter is they just could not slay out. You know, every chance that they got the ball and advanced it a little bit, eNsKy was right there to shut them down. So I think Supreme is just lacking in the slaying department, and they need to execute those kills at the right time when they're making those offensives in order to push the uplink and get some points on the board. So they just were not able to execute there. The kills just didn't land.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. They should at least get 1 off. They're going for 2, though, and Snivy does pick up the dunk.
Shooting bodies.
He's angry.
Let's go. So that's exactly what you want to see right there. I mean, Supreme, now they're fired up. Now they're ready. They're on the board, and this is when they're going to start to try to mount this comeback as Relays picks up the uplink there. I don't really think there's anyone from Supreme in eNsKy's base right now. Take a quick look at Unmeltables now. He's going to try to get this kill before the ball goes in. He isn't able to get it, so just like that, it's a 1-possession game. Supreme has come back from a 6-0 deficit. Now it is 6-4.
This is a great job by them. And, you know, they looking at Snivy, I think he was just getting angry. He had a great first half for his team. His team does look like they are picking up in the kill department. This looks like it'll be an easy dunk, though, for eNsKy, and that is Avino, I believe, getting the dunk, having himself a great series. He has 30 kills right now, leading the lobby.
Jeez, man. Okay, so you know what? I think what just happened there, I think Supreme got a couple of kills, but they may have gotten a little bit too cocky there. Because look at the way that Unmeltables with a 2-piece there, shooting bodies once again. Look at the way that eNsKy was able to turn that right back around. So Supreme gets 2 dunks, eNsKy answers right back with 2 dunks. I think, you know, Supreme had a couple of great plays, but they just were not able to fall back on D, so to speak.
Yeah, this is a very surprising play. Just when you think they have the momentum to take the lead or tie it, eNsKy's just stomping right on that. It's really fascinating. This is almost like, you know, the new look Replay Youth, as I said a couple weeks ago. Now it's the new look eNsKy almost. They're playing with I mentioned it, I believe, in the hard point. They're playing with a swagger to them that we have not seen from them all season. I think it's the pickups and the new chemistry that this team has. It should be another dunk for Avino. Have yourself a day with a 360
from Avino on the dunk. I think that was the nail in the coffin right there.
It's like a slam dunk contest right here.
Oh, man. I mean, at this point, you know, you're back by, what, 6, 8? Oh, wait.
Another dunk looks like from Jibby.
10. Make that 10. You're down by 10 points. Supreme, I mean, you know, you can't say yeah, but actually, yes, you can. I think the fat lady has sang a minute left, down by 10 points. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I mean, you need a lot of lucky dunks to go off for you. They do have the ball right now, but they're getting dropped by Jibby right there. We are seeing a ton of kills go down. Avino picking up Boston. Boston, I think, was the saving grace right there for his team. I think he was the last hope, but he was taken down by Avino. Avino with 34 kills, 4 uplinks. This is just hard to watch.
Jeez, I mean, hey, you're not seeing any like record-breaking kill games, but Avino, I mean, this is a phenomenal performance, well above an average performance right here for any player. 35 kills, 37 kills. You know, that's nothing to sneeze at right there. Phenomenal performance as he pops his active camo. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Okay, well...
Kim Possible.
All right.
Don't unfollow, I swear. I don't watch Kim Possible.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
If he gets this throw off...
I'm going to lose it. Okay.
Oh, drone reset. All right. I was about to say.
So that's that. Zumix leaving the game there. Oh, man, now I got to go recover his stats. Blah, blah, blah. But hey, guys. Awesome.
Don't leave games.
Dude, a near 40 bomb for Avino. I think any game that you drop more than 30 kills is quite an accomplishment. I mean, you know, take a look. HUD even 28 kills. He was right on that line. So fantastic performance by eNsKy. eNsKy putting up something that I don't think we would have ever expected them to do. You know, looking back to like week 1. So I like what we see, man. I mean, this is this is phenomenal play from eNsKy, and they're gonna take the series.
Yeah,
3-0.
Yeah.
3-0 actually.
It's nuts, but whew, you know, we've seen so many great, you know, big kill games on this.